Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scott from the Mercenary Miniature Painter YouTube channel, and I am back with another battle report. So this is the first battle of the year. We have uploaded already this year, but that was from the end of last year. So this is the first official battle that we'll be playing. And John and I have taken a trip to the frozen Chaos North, where we will be doing a demon off. So I am controlling the bloodthirsty forces of Khorne, and John is controlling the perverted forces of Slaanesh. So we'll go over the army shortly, but we're just doing a pitch battle. So just still hover over the battlefield. I've castled up over here, hoping to take advantage of my Herald here, who is the icon bearer, which will give me re-rolls on my instabilities. John has got the terrible twosome of the Demon Prince and the Exalted, so I've got the heavier hero. I've got to watch out because I could get surrounded and popped from combat res. So let's see how it goes, and we will come back with the first turn. Okay, the Khorne demons are in my core slots. I've got 2 identical units of bloodletters. There's 15 in both. Sorry, 16 in this one, 15 in that one, so they're not identical. Champion, musician, and standard bearer in both. I've got 5 flesh hounds, just come as they are. In my specials, I've got 3 blood crushers, and rare, I've got a Khorne chariot with an additional juggernaut. And for my heroes, I have a herald with Mark of Khorne, and he is the icon bearer. And I got the big boy, the bloodthirster, so that takes up quite a bit of my 2,000 points, and that is my demons.
Yep. We've got, in the true core, we've got 10 demonettes and 11 demonettes. They've got no command or anything. In the rest of the core, we have 6 mounted demonettes and 7 mounted demonettes, and that feels like the rest of the core. And then in the special, we have 3 pleasure seekers. In the rare, we've got 2 Slaanesh chariots. And then the characters, we have the big demon prince there, the level 4. And then we have a level 2 exalted. He is rolled up. Luxurious torment, blissful throes, delectable torture, and titillating delusions. And the smaller one has got blissful throes and luxurious torment. And that is 2,000 points of Slaanesh demons.
Turn 1, John actually won the roll-off, but he elected to go second. So Khorne demons went first. Bloodthirster's there up on the hill with the Fleshhound supporting. Everything over here has moved up with the chariot just limping behind. So on to John, as I have no magic, no shooting, so my turns are probably going to be quite quick until we get stuck in.
Right, turn 1 for the Slaanesh demons, just all movement, everything got out of the arc of this guy. Demonettes come up there, chariot come up to there, pleasure seekers popped over the hill there. These demonettes come to here, chariot come to there. These moved up into the woods. These demonettes come around the flank. Level 2 come to there, and the demon prince come to here. Magic was a bust. He rolled a 5 dice to try and delusions the bloodthirster, and I miscast, but he only rolled so he couldn't cast. And then this guy done the blissful throws onto the juggernauts, and I rolled a 12 and Scott stopped it. So that was Slaanesh turn 1.
Khorne turn 2, everything's just kind of shuffled down this way. This unit charged the Demon Prince and failed. We did have a little bit of a rules query because the Herald has got a slightly faster movement rate. However, because they declared a charge, and even though he's frenzied, they'd already charged and failed in the sequence of order that it would happen. So we've ruled that he wouldn't charge out separately, but happy to be proved wrong if anybody has page reference. But yeah, everything else is just kind of edged forward a little bit. Bloodthirster's trying to get in the range because he wants to smash something with his axe. And that's about it. So it's John's turn 2.
Right, turn 2, Slaanesh demons. I don't think we're going to kill anything tonight, Scott, are we?
Just dancing around.
Are we going to bother? So all my stuff, obviously, again, just dance around Scott, getting out of arc of this bloke. I've left the demonettes over here to hopefully try and bait him for a small unit for him to kill. Obviously, everything's coming to try and surround Scott again, but that's about where it lies. Magic phase, we did get delusions off this time on the Bloodthirster, but Scott spell broke it, so that's a scroll. And then we did again cast the Blissful Throws onto the Juggernauts on a 12, and Scott rolled and stopped it. So pretty quick and pretty quiet turns. Hopefully it'll liven up in a minute.
Yeah, you're making me angry, John. I want to catch you now.
Yeah, I think he might be catching them now, I think.
Turn 3, Khorne Demons. Again, not caught anything yet. The Bloodthirster, thankfully, was out of range of the Demonette bait over there, because they're not worth enough points for him to go steaming off the board. So he's hopefully going to try and get these pleasure seekers if the magic of the Slaanesh doesn't ruin my day. Juggernauts have turned around because I can't afford to have this guy in the rear, and everything else just kind of tried to tighten up and hopefully brace for a turn of combat at some point in this game. Slaanesh turn 3, John, what happened?
The blood is finally flowing, but not for Khorne, I'm afraid. So charges, we had 2, the Mounted Demonettes and the Demon Prince went into the Hounds. Everything else manoeuvred round, as Scott will be able to show you. Chariot come to here, Chariot come this Exalted popped out over there just to hide from the Chariot. These Mounted Demonettes come back here, and then these guys turn and face the other way. My Pleasure Seekers, sadly, I was never going to be able to get them either way to get out of his arc, so they've just come as far as they can this way to try and get that little swine off the table and give me a chance later on. Magic, didn't get the delusions off again. Scott managed to stop it. I was trying to do it on the Juggernauts this time, but this lad ripped the Blissful Throws into the Chariot. I did roll 6, but then only managed to do 2 wounds, a little bit annoyingly. And then in the combats, we only killed 3 Warhounds, thanks to some bad rolling and Scott's good ward saving, but Scott rolled bad on his return. Didn't kill nothing back, and he rolled 2 8s even with this guy here to back him up. So they did crumble back into the warp, and I stayed where I was 2, as I didn't want to get charged by Juggernauts. So that was Slaanesh turn 3, over to Scott.
Turn 4 for Khorne, and I finally got something with the combat, but I'm not sure I'll be happy about it. So this lunatic charged on out of his unit with his frenzy, and he smashed into that Chariot. He did absolutely nothing, and thankfully they did nothing back. He did lose the combat by being outnumbered, but thankfully round. This guy, what a letdown. 3 hits.
You did 3 wounds.
Yeah, I did 3 wounds, but then John rolled 3 6s for his ward saves. Thankfully, although he did wound me back, it was a tight combat, so he's not going anywhere. But a bit disappointing. So John's turn 4. Can he tighten the noose a bit now? Right, Slaanesh turn 4, John.
Right, the only charges were the Chariot into the flank of the Herald. Everything else again, just manoeuvred around Scott, being annoying, stuck around, done their job. The magic phase was decent, got both spells off. Blissful Throws I got off. I did only roll 2, but I wounded both times, and Scott failed both his saves, so he's only down to 1. And then I managed to delusion the Juggernauts, and they're chasing something all the way over there, and being march blocked is not very looking very good for them. In the combat, so well, he did let himself down a bit, but I made some ward saves again. I didn't do anything back this time, but they are leadership 9. He only won by 3, and I rolled a 6, so it wasn't enough for them to dissipate, and it wasn't even enough for them to crumble another model. Yeah, I whiffed my Chariot. Oh, no, he made 3 demon saves, didn't he? He made 3 ward saves, didn't he? Yeah, I did whiff my impact hits. He did. I only done 1 wound then. He saved it. This Chariot done 2 wounds. He saved them again. I think he saved 4, I think. Yeah, and then he done a wound to this Chariot, and then this Chariot done 1 back to him, but he saved it again. So he's demon saves coming up trumps for the Herald, but the Khorne boys are looking in a bit of T-rubble. They need something to turn round on turn 5.
So we've just realised the Greater of Icon and Chaos, which is what we've got, those count the banner. So he actually won the combat. John rolled very high, and one of the Chariots has exploded. Taking me to turn 5, but I've actually started to kill some things. as we said last turn, I did lose one of those chariots, which just kept him in the fight. He did flub all of his attacks this turn and lose by 1, but he's still alive, which is saying so much. The rest of it all moved up. I failed to dispel delusion, so they're still running off over there. The Bloodthirster has wiped out the Pleasure Seekers, so I have actually finally done something. Still on the table, hopefully to make an impact at the end. So, John, turn 5. Turn 5 for the Demons of Slaanesh.
Right, charges. There was only one. This guy went in the chariot after smashing it to bits with blissful throws. He thought he'd see if he can do it with his axe as well. I think you can see how that one went.
Good job, you did hold back.
Yeah.
Earlier because you failed if that was.
It was, to be fair, it's your saves that were making me debate because there's 3 up save. When you usually get 5 up, 5 up, and it's always a bit of a worry when it's like that. The rest again just surrounded Scott's army. This guy moved up to here. These come around the corner to here.
They're frenzied now as well, aren't they?
Yeah, and then these boys moved to here. The demonettes stayed exactly where they were. And then in the magic, it was a decent magic phase. So this guy tried frenzying himself, but Scott stopped that. Obviously not wanting his chariot to take any extra attacks. And then I stopped the titillating delusions with this guy. I'd done the frenzy spell on these, and Scott used all his dice, so we couldn't stop it. And then I had 2 dice left, and I double 6 the blissful throws onto the bloodletters. Scott did have a 4 up ward save on them. Not that it made a difference, and we killed 3 of them. So that's what it is after Slaanesh turn 5.
Combat.
Oh yeah, sorry, combat.
Harold actually did win the combat again. He did a wound. They didn't do anything back, but Jordan passed the ability test, so he's still there.
And then that was that. So on to Khorne turn 6.
My last turn, Bloodthirster couldn't do a lot. Nothing really could. Everything's kind of just turned around and just bracing for impact. Unfortunately, a lot of expensive units are just absolutely nothing in this game just because I can't compete with the mobility. However, this guy, he's still going strong. He's done another wound, so he's gone right down to the wire. They passed their instability test again, so we will see whether or not the chariot takes him out or he takes out the chariot. I think that's pretty much going to decide the game, right? Last. Ready?
Yeah, ready, mate.
Right, last big combat for my. Oh no, it's for the last combat of the turn, isn't it? So, Herald, can he take out the chariot? 3s and 3s.
Oh no.
Come on.
No.
He's let me down.
Right, Scott, I should pass the camera over. We're going to film this whole turn because this back report ain't going to be very long. So we thought we'd get this one in as it is going to be pretty crucial to it. Scott hasn't started off very well. The white dice are the smounts because they are poison. So hitting on 4s. Pathetic as normal. The white's on 5s and the black's on 4s. No.
We do tight combat.
So there we go. Right, mate. These are frenzied. Nothing else is. So we'll do these boys first to make life easier. Do the mounts get extra attack when it's frenzied? They don't, do they? Horses don't normally, do they?
Don't believe so. No. Even with these, it's only the
juggernauts don't, do they? So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 for the ones on top, and then 5 steeds. Bloodletters, weapon skill 5.
Yeah.
So 4s, and obviously the whites are poison. One poison. We've seen better.
What strength for the whites?
The whites are only strength 3.
Right, I do get armor saves against those. So.
Well, that's pretty pathetic for all those attacks. You're only T3, aren't you?
Yes, unfortunately.
The blacks are 3s. That's pretty terrible. 4 wounds there, mate.
Okay, and 2 were from the mounts, yeah?
Yeah, mate.
So from the mounts, the armor save. Nope. And then I've got 4 up because I've got the unholy icon. 2 dead.
The 4 in the flank. Let's hope these boys can do a bit better. 2, 4, 6, 8. And 4 mounts. fours. Oh, that's a bit nicer Scott, isn't it?
Depends what you mean by nice.
Fours on the whites, threes on the blacks. Oh, those flanker ones really didn't like it. So you've got 4 6-up saves.
Nada.
Then you've got 8 4-up saves.
Average 4.
And then the big man in the flank. He'd be hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of soul hunger.
He's not very hungry. Just a little bit.
And then 2s. 4-ups, mate.
Come on, lads. No. 2
more. I think you just get the champ and the one back into the front, mate, I think.
Yeah. So champ's got 3 and the other one's got 2. All on the front.
Yeah. 3 hits.
2
wounds. Drop those. Go on, boys. No. That might want enough to get him under half, Scott.
No.
I don't even think you're going to get a re-roll. Roll it, see what you roll, mate, and roll a re-roll. Do you want to keep that or not? Should we calculate it up or not?
Well, I'll re-roll it just in case it's lower. It doesn't make any difference because I would.
Yeah, I think you're going to lose the 4 anyway, because I think you're going to be under 1, aren't you? So you were on a 5.
Yes.
Because I think you're going to lose by
So
ridiculous. You're going to lose by ridiculous.
2, Simon 3, and you've got.
You got no ranks.
You've got 2 just for the flanks.
No, 1 for the flank. And 8
Oh
number.
yes, right.
1 for flank, 8 number, and then how many did I kill?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So 10. Take 2, so 8. Yeah.
Yeah, so even they'd be on his, which is 10 in this. So if I double one it, I can.
Hold them.
Oh no.
No.
Never mind.
Well then, mate. So that was how it all ended up.
So basically, Demons versus Demons is incredibly boring, and
Well,
until it gets to the last 2.
We knew it was going to be that, didn't we? But
Yeah.
we'll have a calculator up and see what the crack is. It is pitch battles. There's a few other points we can gather here and there, but we shall be back in a minute with the final scorings.
Pretty sure that's a minor win to you. But we did have one amendment, didn't we, John?
Yeah, after recalculating the res and we had to look into it, we thought they were just going to crumble out the war, but if they roll over their leadership. So they did. Scott rolled a 5, so they only lost, was it 2 more after?
It would have been 2, but then I remembered they do actually have that
the
upgraded to the
banner.
war banner, so they actually only lost 1. But either way, they're just down by half, so that has made a little bit of a difference.
But overall, yeah, I'm not going to lie, you scored a measly 360. So 165 for the pleasure seekers, 130 for the chariot, and then half for that chariot.
Yep.
And I scored 100 for a table quarter. No banners or anything was killed. I obviously got your chariot, got the flesh hounds, and got them under half. And I only scored 532. So the demons draw.
Starting with a draw for the year.
I think you ought to be thanking this bloke, no end, for that draw of yours, because that would have been pretty much.
I would like to thank him more if he'd have actually killed you like 3 turns ago, and it sort of seemed like he was ramping up.
To be fair, he survived the chariot charge and 2 chariots.
Yeah, yes, I can't knock him too much.
Wounds, so.
Especially because my whole plan sort of hinged with his bubble keeping the rest of my army alive. Is a difficult one. I think the main thing is because at the end of the day, John quite rightly has to keep away with me, and his army is very good at doing it, and my army just doesn't have any tricks. So we did say beforehand that it was pretty much just going to come down to, unless one of us had catastrophic dice or made a really stupid mistake, it was probably going to be a tied game, and it was.
At least we know how boring we thought it was going to be anyway now.
Yeah, we have a bit of a self-imposed rule over here on the channel where if one of us brings Storm of Chaos Demons along with a couple of other armies we've got blacklisted, it's not that we won't play them, but we have to let the other person sort of pre-prepare for them. So we thought we'll see which one's better, because John's Demons haven't lost a game and my Demons haven't lost a game. So we've chucked them in the meat grinder and they still, neither of them have lost a game.
You can take the moral victory, because if I'd have bought the big demon, I think you would have won. So
if you want, we could do a roll off who would win that between us. If anyone wants to actually watch to see who would win between a Keeper of Secrets and a Bloodthirster, but
I already know Scott.
I don't know, the way he rolled today actually might not even make me feel better doing that.
It was
So
pretty pathetic against the Pleasure Seekers, wasn't it?
you were a bit tired today by the look of it, so you didn't let your little buddy there do all the work.
The thing is, it's too hard for him to make his points up against Slaanesh as well, because they're just too fast.
Yeah, I did say to John before the game, I know ideally that taking the Bloodthirster is not the optimal choice, but this army, I don't use it very often, so I don't have multiple choices of what to take. This pretty much is my 2,000 points. I've got another Herald if I want to wiggle about a bit, but I couldn't afford to make my units any smaller to fit in a Herald. The main thing, the annoying thing, is the true core thing, because it's the same for you, but because I have to have the Bloodletters in true core, I can't drop a unit of them. The Fleshhounds aren't worth enough to drop.
Yeah, these lists would be even more obscene if you could do that. So
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, and see you for more games throughout the year.